guys, today we're talking about that confusing situation where she's texting you, she might be even calling you on the daily, every day, but she won't set dates. What's going on with that? What does that mean? And what can you do? Well, I will be going over that today. Now, the first thing I want to note is this is for those situations where you have mutually matched and there is already an understanding that you guys are here to date. So this is not for those situations where you're friends with her for a long time and she texts you every day, because at that point, you're not too sure if you've actually agreed to date, and that's a completely different situation. So this is for those moments when you kind of expected to date because you met normally on an online dating app. This is when that normally happens. But obviously it could be from single events or friends setting each other up. But once again, there's already that agreement. So you kind of expect a date to happen, and it gets a little confusing when time goes on, but there's no date. And more confusing because she's obviously spending time with you through text or phone calls, but nothing else. So let's talk about first, what could this mean? Well, the first reason or the first potential theory that this could be happening is because she wants that companion to talk to, to text, to call, but she's just not ready for an actual relationship or not ready to commit. And she has the fear of potentially having to deal with that, right? Because once you actually go on that date, now you're gonna have to handle more of those dates and have to figure out what you feel. And what if you're just not at that space in your life where you're just not sure of what you want? And that's valid, but most of the times girls aren't gonna be that straight up about it, which is really unfortunate. You want her to be straightforward about it, but until you sometimes ask, she doesn't want to, because she likes having your company around and she doesn't want to lose that. But that is one reason. And remember, most of the times it's kind of across the board. She's treating other people this way too. So don't take it too personally and that she's not interested in you, because that's just not the case. If she's not interested in you, she just would not be texting you, period, right? The second thing that could be happening here is she just quite honestly has a really chaotic, busy, or potentially unorganized life, right? She'll maybe set dates with you, but then she'll cancel, but then she'll also say she's not sure when she's free. You know, those kind of excuses are happening, right? And that really could be just valid reasons, because she unfortunately just can't get it together enough to make dates happen. So that's another potential reason. Number 3, which is the most scary and dangerous one, is she may be catfishing you. Or potentially scamming you, but scamming you would take a lot more obvious signs, which I will talk about in another video. So look out for that. But catfishing, right? They're not really trying to take your money or anything, but she's just trying to delay the day she actually sees you, or you see her, because she doesn't look like her photos. So we want to make sure that doesn't happen to you, so you're not dragged along all this time thinking you're talking to someone when it's someone else. So what can you do? Number 1, what you can do is always try to understand first. Understand what is happening, like what is going on with her life, and why is it that she can't even hop on an hour or two dinner, lunch, breakfast with you. But try to understand. Don't ask her, why can't you hang out with me? Just really try to expand on all the events she has going on. There's a lot of situations that people can go through that you don't completely know, and until you actually ask her about it. So make sure you fully understand what's happening in her life, because that could give you a better understanding that makes you feel at peace and you get it. And then it's helpful at that point too to ask her, when can I see you? Really ask her that question. When do you think, with all the craziness that's happening, when do you realistically think we can actually meet? And at that point, if she says it's something really far in the future, it's up to you to wait or let it go. All right? The next thing you can do is make it work. But the only way you can make it work is do video dates. Video dates are everything, because phone calls, once again, she's masked. You don't see her, but people can be doing all sorts of things. It can be anywhere on a phone call, but a video call, you see her and you're actually spending time together, right? You're face to face. That's still a date. It's still a date. It still works, you know? So if she's that busy that she can't get out of her home, then make these video dates happen. Right now, if she can't even do that, that's quite alarming. Now, unless you're in a long distance relationship, which this is totally valid because you literally can't see each other, or also take a plane ride or a 3-hour drive, totally valid. But if she can't make video dates work, I would say already it's a pretty high sign that either she's a catfish or she's lying, that she's basically in a different city. She's not in your city or even in your country. Because if someone is in your city, one, why can't she meet you in person? And number two, why just a FaceTime? Why? You're in the same time zone, right? So why would that be such a weird thing? So already she's rejecting that, just to be a little concerned. Now at that point, if she doesn't set any FaceTime dates with you, video dates with you, and she keeps sending away dates, send that straightforward text. It is time to set some boundaries, vocalize what you want in a relationship, and see if she pulls through. Don't just keep doing this to yourself and drag yourself along or drag her along. So it's important to send that text that basically states what's been happening, what you want, what she hopes to see, and get clarity. So make sure you tell her that the point of this text or call, because once again, a lot of times my guys would be calling the girl, you can say, I just want to make sure we're on the same page. I want to make sure that we want the same things. I want to enter into a relationship where I'm actually seeing my partner, more than once a week, or at this point, I haven't even seen you in 2 months. So I'm just curious how you hope this works, because I'll be honest, I can't continue down this for another 4 or 6 months. So what do you think we can do? What are your thoughts? And then leave it to her and what she says. And I will say though, I would suggest if she says, I just can't date for a while, then you can simply say, when you're ready to date, when you have time, let me know and I'll see where I'm at, but we'll see if it can work out. Because at this point, if this is going to continue to happen, this is not a connection that I'm, desiring, or a relationship that I want. I want to be able to connect more. And that's that. You gotta put your foot down at times, guys. You gotta state what you want. You gotta make sure to protect yourself too. Make sure you're not being catfished or scammed, and making sure that you have someone that is as interested in you as you are with them. But you set the boundaries for what your relationship is going to look like. And if in the beginning she's already flaking, making excuses, and not making dates happen, you gotta set boundaries. And needless to say, I do want to say that it definitely has happened before, where girls would turn around and say, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I know I've been so flaky, but I promise you in 2 weeks. And then they meet each other, and which is great. That's the result we want. So just make sure what's really important is if this keeps going on for a while, say something about it. But don't judge. Say it respectfully, from a place of trying to understand, and from a place of remembering, I'm just trying to make sure we don't waste each other's time. I want to make sure we're on the same page. And that's that. All right, guys. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching this. And like I said, there will be a video about scammers and those sites, because that's not good either. But once again, make sure you get on those video calls, you make it work, and vocalize your own needs, and take it from there. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching.